Welcome back, guys. What if I told you that one red carpet appearance just sent the internet into full conspiracy mode, and now a major Hollywood studio is quietly panicking behind the scenes? That's exactly what happened after Jim Carrey stepped onto the stage at the César Awards in 2026, and suddenly, social media exploded. His face looks different. Why are his eyes a different color? Why is he signing with the opposite hand? Is that even him? And now, there are whispers that studio executives are pressuring him to respond before his next blockbuster hits theaters. But here's the real question no one is asking. Is this just classic internet overreaction, or is Hollywood scrambling to contain a PR storm before it impacts a billion-dollar franchise? Before we break down, if you enjoy these uncensored Hollywood breakdowns and deep dives into what's really happening behind the scenes, consider subscribing to the channel. We're getting closer to our first 1,000 subscribers, and honestly, one simple click from you can help push this channel to the next level. Now, let's dig deep. The moment Jim Carrey appeared in France at the César Awards, something felt off to people watching. Not because he gave some wild political speech, not because he insulted anyone, not because he caused a scandal. It was his face. Within hours, screenshots were everywhere. Freeze frames, zoom-ins, side-by-side comparisons from 10 years ago, 5 years ago, even from his last public appearance. The internet jury immediately began deliberating. Some said his face looked puffier. Others pointed to his speech pattern slower, slightly different. A few noticed what they claimed was a shift in eye color. And then came the detail that really fueled the fire. He was signing autographs with the opposite hand. That was all it took. Suddenly, the timeline split into two camps. One side, guys, relax, it's lighting, swelling, age, maybe cosmetic work. The other side, that's not him. And when the internet smells mystery, logic usually leaves the room. Now let's be clear, the clone theories, the man in a mask narrative, that's classic viral exaggeration. There's no credible evidence suggesting anything remotely like that. The far more realistic explanations are simple. Cosmetic procedures can absolutely cause temporary swelling. Facial muscle tightness can slightly affect speech. Contact lenses can alter eye color. And yes, some people are ambidextrous or can switch hands when signing casually. But here's where this story actually gets interesting. It's not the theories. It's how Hollywood is reacting to the theories. Behind the scenes, reports suggest that Carrey's team, his management, publicists, agents are actively discussing how to address the noise. Not ignore it, not laugh it off, address it. And why would they feel pressure to do that? Because timing is everything. Jim Carrey is set to reprise his role as Dr. Eggman in the next installment of the Sonic franchise, specifically Sonic the Hedgehog 4, backed by Paramount Pictures. And studios hate uncertainty. They especially hate uncertainty around the face of a billion-dollar character. If audiences start focusing more on what happened to him than I can't wait to see him as Eggman, that becomes a marketing issue, a distraction, a potential liability. Now, reportedly, executives are encouraging him to make a public statement clarifying the situation before promotional campaigns ramp up. That's not panic, that's brand protection. And apparently, Carrey himself isn't exactly thrilled about the speculation either. Sources suggest he's having a difficult time dealing with the online chatter, not just from critics mocking him, but from fans expressing concern. And that's an important distinction, because not everyone questioning his appearance is attacking him. Some genuinely seem worried, others are just confused. And then, of course, you have the usual internet circus turning everything into memes. But here's something people forget. Jim Carrey has always been a deeply introspective, sometimes unpredictable figure. He's gone through phases of stepping away from Hollywood, returning, exploring art, distancing himself from mainstream media. He's never been your typical play-it-safe celebrity. So when something shifts in his appearance or demeanor, people amplify it. Now there's also talk that he requested a short delay before filming begins for Sonic 4. Some speculate that could align with recovery time from cosmetic procedures. Swelling can take weeks to subside. Facial adjustments can temporarily affect muscle movement. Again, that's normal, not sinister, but in today's digital ecosystem, normal doesn't trend. Mystery does. What complicates things further is how quickly misinformation spreads. Even after event organizers clarified there was no imposter situation, that it was indeed Carrey, the rumors kept circulating. Because once an idea enters the algorithm, it doesn't die easily. It multiplies. Now, reportedly, one possible strategy being considered is a controlled media appearance, a calm, sit-down interview, a chance to directly address the speculation in a composed setting. There's even discussion about an appearance on CBS Sunday Morning, which would be a strategic choice. That show attracts a broad, mature audience. It's not sensationalist. It allows room for thoughtful explanation rather than viral chaos. And honestly, that might be the smartest move, because the longer silence lingers, the louder the internet gets. Here's the bigger picture, though. Hollywood is in a fragile era. Studios are hypersensitive about public perception. Franchises depend heavily on nostalgia and familiarity. When a beloved actor looks noticeably different, it disrupts that familiarity. Fair or not, that's reality. But let's ask a more grounded question. Why are people so shocked that a 60-plus-year-old actor might look different than he did a decade ago? Aging happens. Cosmetic work happens. Health changes happen. Lighting changes everything. And yet, we treat physical evolution like a scandal. Now compare this to celebrities who dive headfirst into nonstop political warfare on camera, turning every appearance into a rant. Carrey, for the most part, has stayed relatively focused on creative work rather than constant public feuds. So this situation isn't about controversy in the traditional sense. It's about perception. And perception in Hollywood can affect box office projections faster than any critic review. The studio's concern likely isn't, is he a clone? It's, will this distract from the film's marketing cycle? That's the difference. At the end of the day, when Sonic 4 hits theaters and audiences see him fully in character-animated villain makeup, performance energy, comedic timing, most of these theories will probably dissolve overnight, because performance erases doubt. Until then, though, the speculation machine keeps running. So the real story isn't some wild sci-fi conspiracy, it's a modern case study in how quickly appearance-based narratives spiral in the digital age and how studios scramble to contain them before they impact multi-million-dollar investments. Now, I want to hear from you. Do you think this is just cosmetic change blown out of proportion? Do you think the studio is overreacting? Or do you believe celebrities owe public explanations for noticeable changes? Drop your thoughts below, because this conversation isn't slowing down anytime soon. That's it for today. Stay tuned for the next update.